You're making me do this.
Why are you making me do this?
2025 and 2026 are looking like huge years for Marvel, with 5 movie releases that'll be key for both Phase 5 and Phase 6. After a big 2024, including the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, Marvel is coming back strong. This summer, we got a sneak peek of Harrison Ford's Red Hulk in Captain America 4 and some Fantastic Four footage at San Diego Comic-Con, with the film set to drop soon. The Thunderbolts trailer, packed with anti-heroes, also dropped, and there's more. So let's dive into what's coming over the next 2 years. Captain America: Brave New World. The next adventure of our favorite star-spangled hero is coming soon to theaters. Now titled Captain America: Brave New World, this movie will follow Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson as he steps fully into the role of Captain America after the events of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The film was first announced at San Diego Comic-Con in 2022 as part of the MCU's Phase 5, which Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige revealed alongside a whole slate of upcoming projects. We last saw Sam Wilson embracing his new role as Captain America with the help of Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes, who went from being a reluctant ally to a trusted friend. Emily Van Camp returned as Sharon Carter, the former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and niece of Peggy Carter. Wyatt Russell made his debut as John Walker, the false Captain America who later becomes the villainous U.S. agent. Daniel Bruhl reprised his role as the iconic Captain America villain Baron Zemo from Captain America: Civil War. However, not all the characters from the series are confirmed to return for the movie yet. Brave New World is now set to hit theaters on February 14, 2025. The film has faced several delays, originally slated for a May 3, 2024 release, then pushed to July 26th, before landing on its current February 2025 date. Marvel has made some major adjustments to their film schedule recently, and this movie is just one of the projects affected. Brave New World will open alongside the romantic comedy sequel Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. It will be the first of 3 MCU films to debut in 2025, followed by Thunderbolts in May and the Fantastic Four: First Steps in July. The teaser dropped on July 12, 2024, showing Sam Wilson meeting with President Thunderbolt Ross at the White House. Ross suggests bringing Captain America into the military, saying, "Work with me, Sam, we'll show the world a better way forward." The trailer takes a darker turn as Sam and Joaquin Torres attend an event hosted by Ross, where Isaiah Bradley attacks the president. A montage follows, showing Sam revealing that Ross's inner circle is compromised. There are quick glimpses of potential new villains, including the leader and a character played by a Breaking Bad alum. The trailer ends with Ross telling Sam, "You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers," to which Sam responds, "You're right, I'm not." The final tease shows the Red Hulk violently throwing Captain America's shield into the concrete. Additionally, Marvel Studios released the full trailer on November 9, 2024, during their D23 Brazil presentation. Footage was also screened at Disney's CinemaCon 2024, where it was described as a conversation between Ross and Sam in an office, with Ross asking Sam to help rebuild the Avengers. Things take a turn when a speech by Ross is interrupted as a crowd turns into super soldiers after hearing strange music, and the footage ends with Sam with his falcon wings spread and Captain America's shield in hand. The plot of Captain America: Brave New World centers around Sam Wilson, who, after meeting with newly elected U.S. President Thaddeus Ross, gets caught up in an international incident. He must uncover a global conspiracy before the mastermind behind it brings the world to a breaking point. Thunderbolts. Marvel's Thunderbolts movie is dropping in 2025, bringing the first ever villain team-up film in the MCU. Before it was officially announced, fans had been speculating about the possibility for years, especially after seeing Valentina Allegra de Fontaine's secretive recruitment missions in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Black Widow during Phase 4. Sure enough, the cast was confirmed at the 2022 D23 Expo, with Sebastian Stan returning as Bucky Barnes. Since the Thunderbolts team is made up of characters we've already seen in the MCU, it's possible that more familiar faces from other films and shows could make an appearance. Here's the lowdown on Thunderbolts, from its release date to the full MCU lineup and their comic book roots. At the 2022 D23 Expo, the official Thunderbolts cast was revealed, and it's packed with familiar faces. Contessa Val by Julia Louis-Dreyfus will lead the team, joined by Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, Taskmaster, John Walker, U.S. Agent, Ava, Ghost, and of course, Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes. In 2023, it was announced that Ayo Edebiri and Stephen Yeun would join the cast, but by February 2024, both had to drop out. Edebiri was replaced by Geraldine Viswanathan, and Yoon's role as Sentry is now being played by Lewis Pullman. Right now, not much is known about the plot of Thunderbolts, aside from the teaser trailer. However, there are plenty of possibilities for where the MCU could take the story, given that the Thunderbolts have been involved in many different storylines across the franchise. Since most of the characters are already established, the movie won't need to dive into origin stories. Also, the team in the film seems a lot more sympathetic than their comic book counterparts, so it's likely the movie will present them as anti-heroes rather than outright villains. The teaser footage suggests that Valentina Allegra Di Fontaine will be the one bringing the Thunderbolts together. The special preview also hints that she might be the one who bought the Avengers Tower. It also gives us a glimpse into the characters' individual storylines, like Yelena tracking down Alexei for the first time since Black Widow, Bucky attending a congressional meeting, and U.S. Agent seen at home with a child. It's also interesting to note that the preview teaser shows a fight sequence between some of the heroes, likely before they officially form the group. The fact that the characters are shown fighting suggests that the Thunderbolts will start off at odds with each other, which makes sense given the team's roster. It's unlikely characters like Yelena and U.S. Agent would immediately get along from the get-go. This setup could either serve to bring the team together over the course of the movie, similar to how the Avengers worked, or explain why they're not working well together against their enemy. This would especially make sense if Pullman's character is indeed Sentry, as his powerful abilities could easily make most threats feel trivial unless there's some conflict within the team. That internal struggle could add complexity to how he uses his powers and make their teamwork more challenging. It's unclear exactly what the Thunderbolts will face, but it wouldn't be surprising if the story is set up in a Disney Plus show or two, though nothing's been confirmed yet. Marvel's director of visual development, Andy Park, mentioned that the movie will have strong ties to Black Widow, which makes sense considering the involvement of Yelena, Red Guardian, and Taskmaster. Those storylines are definitely carrying over. This could also mean the movie gives a nod to one of the MCU's original anti-heroes, Natasha Romanoff. The trailer shows Valentina at a gala or exhibit featuring Loki's scepter, which has been a key item in the MCU. It'll be interesting to see if this is just a fun reference to the broader universe or if it plays a bigger role in the plot. It also raises questions about why the scepter is on display in such a public setting and what event Valentina is attending. Yelena, Red Guardian, U.S. Agent, and Bucky definitely stand out in the trailer. They're getting the most focus, and the footage leaves us wondering what they've been up to since their last appearances in the MCU. Right now, it definitely feels like the movie is most connected to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Black Widow. In comics, the Thunderbolts are a team of reformed villains. The original group was formed by Baron Zemo after the Avengers were killed, with the goal of replacing them and gaining the public's trust as part of a bigger plan for world domination. While Daniel Bruhl's Zemo isn't in the movie's cast yet, many fans still expect him to show up in Thunderbolts. At first, the Thunderbolts were actually Zemo's Masters of Evil in disguise, but as they began to enjoy their new hero status, they eventually overthrew Zemo as their leader. Over time, the Thunderbolts lineup and leadership have changed a lot, and one notable version of the team was led by General Thunderbolt Ross, played by Harrison Ford in the MCU, who took on the role of the Red Hulk. Despite all these changes, one thing has stayed the same: the Thunderbolts are morally grayer than the Avengers. While some casual viewers have compared the Thunderbolts to the Suicide Squad because both teams feature villains, they're not the same. Marvel's Thunderbolts will be distinct from DC's Suicide Squad, so viewers unfamiliar with the Thunderbolts comics shouldn't dismiss it as just a Disney-fied version of the Suicide Squad. Marvel's team doesn't have explosive chips in their necks or an R rating after all. Another question is whether that can be Red Hulk in Thunderbolts, following his appearance in Captain America: Brave New World. Well, in the comics, Ross becomes obsessed with defeating the Hulk, teaming up with dangerous criminals like MODOK, the Leader, and Doc Samson, forming a villain team called Intelligentsia during the World War Hulk storyline. Much like the humorous and tragic version of Intelligentsia in She-Hulk, Ross and his team used various methods to siphon energy from the Hulk, which eventually transformed Ross into Red Hulk. Later on, Ross led a version of the Thunderbolts that included Venom, Punisher, Elektra, Ghost Rider, Mercy, the Leader, and even Deadpool. Since Captain America: Brave New World confirms Ross will become Red Hulk, it makes perfect sense for him to show up as Red Hulk in Thunderbolts as well. As for the asterisk in the Thunderbolts and what it could mean, all we know for sure is that Kevin Feige mentioned that the asterisk is intentional, but we won't get an explanation until the movie is released. This has put to rest theories that it was just a placeholder title. One popular theory is that the asterisk could reference an event in the movie itself. Since the Thunderbolts are similar to the Avengers, some believe the team might be mistaken for the Avengers by civilians, and they'll have to keep correcting people. Another possibility is that the asterisk is a nod to footnotes or hidden conditions tied to the Thunderbolts, suggesting there could be big risks or rules that come with being part of the team. For now, though, we'll have to wait until Thunderbolts hits theaters in 2025 for the full reveal. Fantastic Four: First Steps. This will be a very interesting movie. Kevin Feige recently confirmed exciting news about the Fantastic Four movie, which will be part of the MCU's Phase 6. During the Disney APAC Content Showcase, Feige shared that the movie is nearing completion and will wrap up soon, with a release date set for next summer. He also teased that the Fantastic Four characters will immediately transition into the next Avengers movies, which has fans eagerly anticipating what's next for Marvel's first family. The movie will be titled The Fantastic Four: First Steps, a shift from the simple Fantastic Four title previously expected. Set in a 1960s-inspired retro-futuristic world, the film introduces Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. They must face the immense threat of Galactus and his herald, Silver Surfer, while balancing their family bond and roles as heroes. Filming for the movie began in late July 2024, with the release date set for July 25, 2025. The movie is directed by Matt Shakman, known for WandaVision, with a script written by Jeff Kaplan, Ian Springer, Josh Friedman, and Cameron Squires. Other cast members include Paul Walter Hauser, John Malkovich, and Natasha Lyonne, though their roles are yet to be revealed. Avengers Doomsday. Marvel has some huge plans for Avengers Doomsday, and they were recently shared at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. Originally called Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, this upcoming Avengers film has gone through some big changes since its announcement in 2022. After the character of Kang the Conqueror, played by Jonathan Majors, was initially set to be the villain, things took a turn following Majors' legal issues. Marvel quickly reworked the script and updated both the title and the villain. The biggest shock? Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to the MCU, but not as Iron Man. He's set to play Dr. Doom. During Comic-Con 2024, Downey Jr. made a surprise appearance, stepping onto the stage wearing a mask and robe. He removed the mask, revealing his Dr. Doom look and saying, "New mask, same task. What did I tell you? I like playing complicated characters." As for how Downey Jr. can play both Iron Man and Dr. Doom, well, Avengers 5 and 6 are set to explore multiversal storylines, and many fans believe Downey Jr. will be playing an alternate universe version of Tony Stark, where he became the villainous Dr. Doom instead of the hero Iron Man. Alongside Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, we can expect the cast to include the Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts teams. Pedro Pascal is joining as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, and Ebon Moss-Bacharach as Ben Grimm. From Thunderbolts, expect to see Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, David Harbour as Red Guardian, Wyatt Russell as U.S. Agent, Olga Kurylenko as Taskmaster, Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. There's even speculation that Chris Evans might make an appearance, though details on his role are still unknown. Since Evans' Captain America was still alive in Avengers Endgame, there's a possibility the new Avengers might call on an older Steve Rogers for guidance in their fight against Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom. It's also possible the film could somehow reverse time for Steve and bring him back as his younger self. Alternatively, Evans could be portraying a variant of Captain America from a different universe. There's also been a lot of buzz about Evans reprising his role as Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, from the Fantastic Four movies. While his version of the character died in the 2024 MCU film Deadpool and Wolverine, this portrayal was much darker and more mature due to the R rating of the movie. With the multiverse being a key theme in Avengers Doomsday, fans are hoping Marvel might bring back Evans' original, lighter Johnny Storm from the 2000s Fantastic Four films, perhaps alongside other cast members from that era. Another possibility is that Evans could take on a new role in the MCU. With Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom, there's speculation that Evans could follow a similar path and play a villain in the movie. One popular theory is that Evans could portray an evil version of Captain America, inspired by the Hydra Cap storyline from Marvel Comics. Alternatively, he could play a major villain like Magneto or Norman Osborn, or even a hero like Cyclops, giving fans even more to look forward to. The Russo brothers, Joe and Anthony, are set to direct Avengers Doomsday. After directing iconic MCU films like Captain America the Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, they're returning to the franchise for this major multiversal showdown. Stephen McFeely, who co-wrote all 4 of the Russo brothers' Marvel films, will pen the script. Avengers Doomsday is set to hit theaters in May 2026 as part of the MCU's Phase 6. Spider-Man 4. Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 is officially set to swing into theaters on July 24, 2026. This places the next Spidey installment just 2 months after the highly anticipated Avengers movie, continuing the trend seen with Spider-Man Far From Home, which released shortly after Avengers Endgame and grossed over $1 billion globally. Holland confirmed during an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon that production for Spider-Man 4 will begin in mid-2025, with the actor expressing his excitement about the upcoming film. He also mentioned that while he has read a draft of the script, it still requires some work. Holland also talked about the challenge of fitting the film into the broader MCU timeline, noting that Marvel films need to align with a larger machine to ensure they complement the bigger picture. Director Destin Daniel Cretton, known for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, will helm the sequel, taking over the role from John Watts, who directed the previous Spider-Man trilogy. Cretton has been heavily involved in the Marvel Universe, with projects like the Wonder Man miniseries and a planned sequel to Shang-Chi in the works. As of now, it's unclear if Zendaya will return as MJ, but with filming expected to start in 2025, we will get more updates soon. Well, that's it. Which of these movies are you most excited about and why? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this and other exciting upcoming movies. We'll see you next time.